Today's video is sponsored by Off the Grid. Fellas, have you ever wanted to play a Battle Royale 2.0 where you can actually shape the story and the gameplay amidst corporate warfare in a cyberpunk setting? Set to release in 2023, Off the Grid sends you on head-spinning assassinations as well as sabotage missions, all to the greater glory and market share of your chosen faction. This game promises next-generation Battle Royale, focusing on a narrative progression. And with Richard K. Morgan, lead writer of Crysis 2, and Neil Blomkamp, director of the film District 9. This is a hell of a team, and I'm excited to see what they bring to us with Off the Grid. Now, Off the Grid aims to deliver a 150 player versus player battle royale goodness alongside PvE storyline missions that actually unfold on the same map in real time. Oh, and in service of this, Gunzilla Games has just released a new narrative trailer titled Vincent. That's right, guys. Off the Grid Cinema will release 6 more episodes leading up to the game's launch, all centered around expanding the lore and immersing players into the world of OTG. Now, this game is going to be launching, guys, on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC later this year. But if you're looking to dive in earlier, check out the link below to see the full episode of OTG Cinema. So I highly recommend you check it out. Fellas, today we have a breakdown of The Darkness Unveiled. This was actually released earlier by Bungie, and we're going to go through this frame by frame. But again, warnings, there will be some spoilers. They are surface level spoilers, but still, nonetheless, spoilers. Without further ado, let's get into the Lightfall enemy breakdown. Starting at 23 seconds, Calus is verbally confirmed to be a disciple of the Witness. Now, we pretty much already knew this, but at 35 seconds, it did bring up the question if Calus and the Witness's motivations are actually aligned. Granted, I don't think it really matters. They are working together. Calus pretty much wants to just have the richest, most glorious life possible, and the Witness grants him that. So, of course, Calus is just going to do his bidding. At the same time, I almost feel like Calus is doing a lot of this based on his previous life. The fact that he lost so much, you can see even before he goes into this darkness box or whatever, before he evolved to the new and improved Calus, that he is in desperation mode. So I don't think it really matters if Calus's and Witness's motivations actually align. At the end of the day, Calus is a disciple of the Witness and must do his bidding. Now, at the 1 minute 2 second mark, we see the concept art of the Witness actually bald. That's right. Normally he's got a smokestack up there, but no, right here he's actually bald. Now, interestingly enough, Calus's character is a balance to the Witness. He's a much more like lighthearted character when you think about it, compared to this like menacing, world-ending presence that the Witness brings. At the same time, you almost respect the Witness, right? Like, it's almost on the level of like Thanos. No, we didn't like Thanos killing our favorite characters and essentially destroying half the universe, but at the same time, you kind of respect him, right? The man had a vision, he was committed, and in some logic, although kind of messed up, you can kind of see his side. Now look, I'm not all about wiping out half of humanity or anything, but I feel like the Witness is going to present us at some point his side to why he's doing what he's doing, and on some level, I feel like we're going to agree with him. Now, at 1 minute and 38, Joe Blackburn actually says that the Witness is above the universe. Now, this is quite a statement. If you're at all invested in discussions regarding the Winnower and the Gardener, this is a very important detail. We actually have an entire breakdown coming for everything we know about Lightfall, but the discussion of that video is going to revolve around that, around the Winnower and the Gardener. Now, at 1 minute and 39, we see another scene of the Witness breaking glass. Again, OSHA hates this man. At 2 minutes and 10 seconds, the Witness is actually heard saying in a very chilling way, the game is over, while simply walking through trees and leaves and flowers. Of course, this is definitely directed at the Traveler, referencing the Gardener and the Winnower and the quote-unquote flower game. Now, this is actually pulled from Destinypedia. The flower game is actually a metaphor used to describe the simulated realities, the light and darkness created together in the primordial garden that preceded the universe. So to hear the game is over implies that this simulated reality is now over. Thus, another hint here from Bungie to the end of the Light and Darkness saga. Now, this makes us ask questions like, what if it's all a dream? What if this is just a truly simulated reality? What if real life is not even real? These are the kind of questions that keep me up at night. Now, this was also hinted at in the Witch Queen's Collection Edition ARG, which produced a 30-page lore document about the light, the darkness, and the truth of reality. Quote, of course, Savathun is still with us. She walked among us as Osiris. She tricked us into removing her worm. She hasn't vanished into some higher reality. I do not think she built a wormhole into another universe and walked through it, although her intrigues with the Nine have focused on creating singularities from dark matter. Now, Mylan actually has an excellent video breaking this down in more detail, which we'll link in the description below if you're more interested. Now, 2 minutes and 34 seconds, the Witness says, our purpose is its end. Now, this line was in the Vidoc and in the launch trailer. It actually gives us a pretty good idea that the Witness is coming to end something, probably the Traveler, probably us. Oh, please do, Witness, end me harder. Now, 2 minutes and 56 seconds, seconds, we get a new shot of the Typhon Imperator on Neomuna. Now, below in the city, you can see a large darkness shard, very similar to what we commune with on Europa. Now, this could be just a public event. If you remember way back when with Season of Arrivals, this looks very similar. So essentially, this could just be a rehash of that. Now, at 3 minutes, you can see the entrance to the ship just below the statue of Calus. And the devs actually said that the eyes of the ship will follow you wherever you are located on Neomuna. Quote, he is always watching, which is actually kind of spooky, no lie. And at 3 minutes and 1 second, there's also darkness shards, similar to the Vow of the Disciple and preservation activities. And dotting the landscape are actually grapple points, which makes us believe this is probably going to be some sort of like jumping and grapple puzzle of some sort. Again, guys, in Neomuna, we're not just going to be stuck on the ground. Like, we're going to be going vertical in this urban environment. We're going to be scaling things. Part of me wonders, what's the limitation here? Can I just grapple up to a ship and let it tote me all the way to the top of Calus' ship? Now, I'm sure it'll be out of bounds, but I'm hoping Bungie really does give us a lot of freedom here and where we can go, especially on the vertical side of things. I want to scale all of these buildings. I want to climb on top of these ships. Now, the final thing we have here at 3:33, quote, Calus is the big enemy of Lightfall, and we need to stop Calus if we want to stop the witness, end quote. Needless to say, guys, I think Calus is definitely going to be the campaign boss for Lightfall, and if we want to take out the witness, he's got to go, or at least get to the witness. Calus has got to go. With that being said, there's been a lot of speculation on who the raid boss is going to be. I don't think it's going to be the witness. I think if we ever do fight the witness, that's going to be in final shape. Again, look at this expansion, similar to that as like Infinity War, and then final shape will be in game. Now, that does bring up the point that we're probably going to lose in this expansion, but as far as who the raid boss is going to be, if it's not going to be Calus, which I don't think it will be, keep in mind, guys, when you think about all the other raid bosses we have gotten, when have we ever guessed it right? You know what I'm saying? Like, outside of Oryx, I feel like every raid boss has been a complete mystery. I had no idea Roke even existed until we were literally doing the day one raid at his encounter. Knew nothing about the man. And I think even my lore guys, even they were bamboozled. And of course, when we got into the raid and actually played it, everything tied together and made a lot more sense. But Roke was a complete mystery, and multiple other raid bosses have been a complete mystery. I think some things that are up in the air is the idea of us fighting Nezarec in a raid. It is kind of strange that we actually collected all of his body parts to essentially just make some tea with, which, I mean, that's cool and all, but it does seem kind of a waste. I'm definitely banking on the raid boss being a complete mystery all the way up until the release of the raid. So guys, that is our breakdown here. Again, we are making a video going over everything we know about Lightfall and its story and its narrative. That will be out the day before the release of Lightfall. We're also going to be watching a ton of lore videos on stream Monday leading up until the release, just to kind of get everybody on the same page. So if you're interested, feel free to come by our Twitch. We'll have popcorn. We'll be streaming lore all day Monday though, watching videos from Bife as well as Mylan. Again, guys, we will stay away from spoilers. The purpose of Monday, because I'm very much involved with the narrative, is to get everybody up to snuff on what just happened since Witch Queen, and then of course jump into the speculative stuff as well as our predictions, because things get really fun when we sit there and try to draw conclusions. So again, come by our stream. We'll be live Monday for that. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.